Welcome to the Plant Trainers Podcast, where we're helping people improve their quality of life through nutrition and fitness. And now, your hosts, nutrition and wellness coaches, international speakers, Adam and Shoshana Chaim.
Hey, I'm Adam Chaim.
And I'm Shoshana Chaim, and we are
Propelled by Plants. Today we bring to you episode 421, Overcoming Food Addictions with John Brown.
In this episode of the Plant Trainers Podcast, we feature a short but sweet summer transformation story. Today's guest started off like you and us in the beginning. They found a plant-based lifestyle at a time where it seemed like there were really no other options.
For those of you who have been with us a while, you know our summer episodes always provide great content, but are different from our regular show, giving us some downtime in the summer. So sit back and enjoy, or get out there and exercise. We'd love to hear your thoughts and how you can relate to their story over on our Instagram at Plant Trainers. We'll be back in a few weeks. Enjoy the show. If you want a healthy, natural way to fuel your workouts or fire up your brain, Energy Bits are for you. Energy Bits are tiny spirulina algae tabs that are nutritionally dense, a source of mental and physical energy that is all natural and causes no stomach distress. They eliminate fatigue and hunger instantly with no caffeine, sugar, chemicals, gluten, or soy, just pure plant-based nutrition. One ingredient, 1 calorie, and 0 net carbs. I use them before workouts or sometimes just as a snack. They make me feel great and give me that extra energy boost I'm sometimes looking for. I also use Recovery Bits, which are tiny chlorella tabs. I use them after workouts or when I'm feeling hungry late at night. Visit energybits.com and order Energy Bits, Recovery Bits, Vitality Bits, or Skinny Bits, and use the promo code PLANTTRAINERS to get 20% off your order at checkout. The link will also be in the show notes just in case you didn't get that all down. Improve your energy, wellness, and waistline all at the same time with Energy Bits. Check out Energy Bits today and feel the difference. Your brain and body will say thank you.
Hey there, this is John Brown, and I live in Columbus, Ohio, with my wife, Rebecca, and my 3 kids, Hannah, who's 10, Abigail, who's 8, and Joshua, who's 6. Today, my moment of gratitude, I am grateful for sunshine and warmth. Today is one of the first really, really nice days, and I can't wait to get out in it. Also, beauty in nature and the beauty within us all, and the kindness of strangers on a long and wearying journey. So what was my life like before the plant-based lifestyle? Weight, yeah, I definitely struggled with and continue to struggle with weight since I was basically 8 years old. So yes, I definitely struggled with weight. As far as disease or disorders go, definitely high cholesterol. At my highest measured cholesterol was in the 350s. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which I was diagnosed with the early stages of that. Sleep apnea and asthma. And also just little things like constant migraine headaches, just inability to knee pain, joint pain, things like that, inability to do much physical strenuous exercise for long periods of time, and I dealt with things like that as well. That impacted my life dramatically. So I basically tied my personal and professional growth to how I was eating, to a number on a scale. It's crippling. It's crippling. It was just paralysis by analysis, by over-analysis. And I missed out on a lot of opportunities, I think, because I was just in my own head about my weight and my lack of ability to sort of control my overeating addiction as well. My fears, sudden death actually was always a big fear, especially when my wife let me know that I was stopping breathing at night, and I didn't believe her until she recorded me, and it was horrifying. It was horrifying to hear myself stop breathing and then come back and just struggle for breath at night. And I was diagnosed with obstructive sleep apnea, and so I feared that a lot. And also a big fear of mine was just a lack of quality of life. With 3 little kids, I know that they have those moments that are coming up in their lives, and I wanted to be there for them and not just be present, but be there and have it be a positive thing that I was there, and not having to be wheelchaired around or struggling to move or things like that. And so that was a big fear of mine. And I really wanted to travel comfortably on airplanes, for instance, and that was always a huge just source of anxiety for me whenever I got on airplanes. And it was an airplane ride that I took all the way to West Africa, to Ghana, that really sort of kicked me into gear as I started to get into the plant-based approach. And so how did I find the plant-based lifestyle? My big influences were, well, I have to actually give credit to Marilyn and Harvey Diamond, Fit for Life. I read that book way back, even long before I fully embraced the plant-based lifestyle, but it always just kind of planted a seed in me that would germinate, that would grow, and that would. I always looked at a vegan lifestyle as the ultimate in health, and that I just was unable to embrace it because I was just so addicted to things like cheese, the casomorphins in cheese, and the taste of meat. Even though I knew that it ultimately it was causing some long-term health problems. And this is actually going to kind of read like this is probably going to take a little bit longer than a minute or two because I have so many people and so many influences on the way that I think and the way that I lead my life now. Starting with the documentary Forks Over Knives. Obviously, that's a big starting point for a lot of people, but it was for me as well. Also, the Joe Cross movie Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I spent some time a few years back juicing for health, and that was a big influence of me as well. All right, so I'm just going to kind of go through some of these influences. Sorry if it reads like a laundry list, but I would love to just be in the same room with some of these people. So, let me just also say the China study, obviously that sprung from, or that Forks Over Knives was based on, and Rip Esselstyn and the Engine 2 Diet and his great podcast. Game Changers, that came out a couple years ago. It made eating plants cool, I thought. And so here's my laundry list. In no particular order. I just wrote them on a sheet of paper, and I'm just going to read them off. So Rich Roll, who's doing amazing work, he's just like my. I just wish I was just friends with him because he's seems like such a wonderful man. Dr. Clapper, Dr. Goldhammer over at True North. Chef AJ, who is really speaking just words of life as far as like overeating and things like that, and curing that and destroying that with a plant-based approach. Dr. Barnard, again, talk about somebody who I just want to just sit at his feet and just have him just spout wisdom.
There's so much more great information coming your way, but before we get to that, we wanted to share with you and let you know that if you want a healthy, natural way to fuel your workouts or fire up your brain, Energy Bits are for you. Energy Bits are tiny spirulina algae tabs that are nutritionally dense, a source of mental and physical energy that is all natural and causes no stomach distress. They eliminate fatigue and hunger instantly with no caffeine, sugar, chemicals, gluten, or soy, just pure plant-based nutrition. 1 ingredient, 1 calorie, and 0 net carbs. I use them before workouts or sometimes just as a snack. They make me feel great and give me that extra energy boost I'm sometimes looking for. I also use Recovery Bits, which are tiny chlorella tabs. I use them after workouts or when I'm feeling hungry late at night. Visit energybits.com and order Energy Bits, Recovery Bits, Vitality Bits, or Skinny Bits, and use the promo code PLANTTRAINERS to get 20% off your order at checkout. The link will also be in the show notes just in case you didn't get that all down. Improve your energy, wellness, and waistline all at the same time with Energy Bits. Check out Energy Bits today and feel the difference. Your brain and body will say thank you. And now back to the show.
Colleen Patrick Goudreau and her great book about just the joyful vegan. Dr. Greger, nutritionfacts.org. Chuck Carroll, the weight loss champion, who I was on his podcast recently. Other influences right here in Columbus, Pam Popper, Dr. Doug Lyle, and also Chris James, who his podcast is A Healthy Alternative. And so those are just a few of my many influences, people who are keeping me just inspired on this journey. So what changed is a great question for somebody like me who's done a million diets and who's struggled with overeating and embracing the diet lifestyle. But I basically abandoned that diet mentality. This time I used the diet the right way as a radical reset and as a springboard into eating an all vegan. I didn't turn right around and go back to the way that I was eating before, and it made all the difference. And I stopped seeing animals as food. The diet portion of it was just extended fasting, which allowed me to take time to decouple some unhealthy associations that I had made with animals and food. And so today, just the idea of eating animals, as I stare at this majestic buffalo in my background, the idea of eating animals is akin to somebody saying, "Hey, I'm eating this car tire. Do you want a piece of this car tire?" Like, I would never think of eating a car tire, and hopefully many people would never think of eating a car tire as well. By the same token, I would never think of eating an animal flesh and animal fluids and animal-based products and things like that. And that's a radical change over the last couple of years. What was really challenging, it continues to be a challenge as I fight this daily against my natural instinct to self-sabotage. I mean, even when things are going well, even when I'm losing weight, I'm thriving, I'm out running miles with yes, I have, I'm 45, so I'm not as fast as like some of the younger people, but I'm still out there and I'm running and I'm sweating and it's feeling great, and I feel like I can do it again and again and again. And there's, I just always have this fear in the back of my head that, what kind of falls apart again like all the other things have. So that's the most challenging thing, is like I have never seen it when previous successful weight loss plans have fallen apart, and I just want to be vigilant and just watch and make the necessary adjustments. And I think a big part of that is just having the accountability of other people and building a group of people who are going to speak truth and speak honesty and speak love and speak support into your life. And so I have people in my life like that, but I'm always looking for more people to add to my team and to be a part of other people's teams as well. And finally, advice to people. Man, I have books worth of advice to give to people based on my experience. Don't go that way is kind of you don't have to have animal products to be healthy. That's kind of a big thing. But I think as far as advice, if you're somebody who's thinking about transitioning into a plant-based lifestyle, I would say if you actively seek a way of eating that works for you, then this is not a one-size-fits-all approach. What works for me might not work for you in the same way. And so you have to experiment. And this is a beautiful thing. There's so much appetizing, pleasing foods, nutritional foods, foods that provide nourishment and not just appeasement of your taste buds or of your traditions or things like that you feel like the reasons why you have to have animal flesh in your life. And another thing is just to find the food as fuel in a way that allows your body to work for you as you pursue the highest version of yourself. So find fuel, find nourishment. Don't look for satisfaction of your taste buds. Don't look for that's the way that we've always done it. Do things that are going to contribute to your longevity. And I'm here to help you if you need it. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share my story with you. And I just look forward to hearing more from you and from anyone else who is inspired by my journey or anything like that. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you all so much for listening to this edition of the Plant Trainers Podcast. We want to make sure that you subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, or any other podcasting platform.
We really appreciate the feedback we receive from you. Every time we get a 5-star rating or review on iTunes from one of our fans, it really helps other people find us just like you did.
Thanks so much to our patrons. To become a patron, visit us at patreon.com/planttrainers. Even supporting us with $1 really makes a difference in the quality of the show.
And don't forget to connect with us on Instagram and Twitter. Our handle is @PlantTrainers. Like Plant Trainers on Facebook, join our newsletter, and check out our website at planttrainers.com for awesome recipes, a list of our services, and of course, our latest podcast.
We encourage you to email your questions to info@planttrainers.com so that we can help you improve your quality of life through nutrition and fitness.
So we hope we've inspired you today. Join us again next time,
and have a healthy day.
Or is that too corny?
It's a little cheesy.